What's up, you guys? It's Layla Lynn, and I'm back with another video in my series about Jay-Z and Beyonce and the influence they have on the music industry. Keri Hilson, who famously almost lost her music career for releasing a Beyonce diss track, just released new music for the first time in 15 years. In the 15 years since she beefed with Beyonce. So we're going to get into what Keri Hilson said about beefing with Beyonce in her interview with Angie Martinez, where she actually shed a few tears. She broke down crying. And we're going to get into her return to music after 15 years. But first, if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell if you like celebrity news and nostalgia. All right, guys, so let's take it back to 2009 when a remix of Turning Me On leaked online with lyrics that many took as shots aimed at Beyonce and Ciara. And for reference, those lyrics were: your vision cloudy if you think that you're the best. You can dance, she can sing, but she need to move it to the left. Left. She need to go have some babies. She needs to sit down. She fake. I ain't turning it off. I'm stay turning it on. Go ahead and tell those folks how long I've been writing your songs. So the you can dance part seemed to be aimed at Ciara, and the she can sing and the to the left seemed to be aimed at Beyonce. And the lyrics about writing her songs was actually about writing for Ciara, even though people thought that she wrote for Beyonce. Keri Hilson was a writer on Ciara's song, Ooh Baby. And Keri Hilson has said before and said again on The Breakfast Club in April of this year that she did not write those lyrics. Keri alleged that producer Polo the Don basically forced her to sing the lyrics by threatening that he wouldn't release her album if she didn't do the song. She said that he told her, "You're not coming out if you don't do this." And after the Breakfast Club interview, hit songwriter Esther Dean acknowledged co writing the controversial verse and posted a public apology, calling the lyrics childish and saying that she was sorry for her part in it as well. She wrote an open letter saying, "For Keri, for creatives, for the record. I've stayed quiet a long time, but I believe in telling the truth, especially when the internet starts telling its own version of the story. Back in July 2008, I started working with Polo the Don in Atlanta. Later, I moved to Los Angeles to write for Polo's artists over at Interscope. I wasn't famous, I wasn't chasing clout. I was in the studio day and night writing 3 to 4 songs a day. No friends, no family, just work. Whenever the studio was open, I wrote. When Polo called, I showed up. That's who I was." Turning Me On remix. One night, Polo asked me to write a remix verse for Keri Hilson, something street, something for the culture. He left the room and I sat there trying different ideas until I landed on these lines. I shot the sheriff, but wait till I shoot these bees. Down, down. Shoot these bees. Down, down. And your vision cloudy if you think that you're the best. You can dance, she can sing, but she needed to move it to the don't do it, M. She need to go have some babies. She need to sit down. She faded. Tacky, yes. Force, no. That was me. I wasn't in the room with Keri writing this together. I didn't know her personally. She was already a star. I was just a writer trying to earn my place. I did my job and left. Keri came in another time and wrote her own verse. Her pen, her voice. Ben had dollars, boy. Go on, get your money up. No, you ain't the only homie on me lined up. I ain't turning it off. I'm stay turning it on. Go on and tell these folks how long I've been writing your songs. I've been putting you on. Just check the credits, ho. And if you want me, you can find me in Decatur, ho, because you're turning me off. I went on to write both of Keri's albums, to write on both of Keri's albums. She even showed love and did a cameo in my Drop It Low video. I even came on stage with her once, but life took us in different directions, like it often does. For the record, I didn't work with Beyonce until years later when I signed to Roc Nation as a writer. There was no plot, no beef squad, no secret industry mission, just writers writing, artists being artists, people trying to win. Keri was already massive. She didn't need saving. She was out here making history. Why speak now? Because while our stories may look similar now, back then they weren't. Keri was speaking on big platforms I didn't have access to, and it was her story to tell, not mine. I stayed writing. No hate, no shade, just truth. What Keri went through was sad. She's a great artist, a beautiful spirit, and she deserves grace. She took her lessons, I'll take mine. Respect always, Esther Dean. And so, like I said, that came out after Keri Hilson was on The Breakfast Club in April. Esther Dean released that apology, and then Keri Hilson responded to it to clarify the parts that she wrote. Keri Hilson said, Dean, I personally don't think this is our fight to have. I've respected you on this matter for 16 years and attempted to do that again yesterday while finally expressing the truth when asked. But since you're coming to the table, let's be clear. You used the word co-wrote. I rewrote 3 lines in your verse, which was the only battle I won in the whole matter. But you weren't there when all this was going down, and we didn't write it together. And then she clarified, these lines are mine. Been getting dollars, boy. Go and get your money up. No, you ain't the only homie on me. Line up. The softest section, lines about a boy, because not only did I strongly disagree with the unnecessary hateful sentiments towards other women, and I've also never been a fan of the publicity stunt method, I also argued in my trail of attempts that this verse isn't even on subject with the original song, which is how I even got those 3 lines on the remix. But in any case, regardless of who wrote it, Keri Hilson sung it. And she's the one that faced the blowback for it. Because, like Esther Dean said, she went on to work with Beyonce and Rock Nation. And now, 15 years later, Keri Hilson is talking about the situation and how it all but ruined her music career. She did an interview with Angie Martinez where she actually broke down crying about the bullying and harassment she faced after recording that song and how it sent her into a whirlwind of depression.
That I come in and I'm like, what is this? Why? What? So I guess it's just the ultimate thing of like putting my voice on that song.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I was in tears, like just not doing it, just not doing it. I think that was the only choice that I had, and that was probably the biggest regret.
I just think that sometimes in our lives, whether it was just things happen, right? And then I just think when you're inside of the world and there's so much energy around it, I just wonder what that did to you. Like when you take time and then you go home. Yeah.
It's my dream. Yeah. Like I dreamed about that.
It does that. Still.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But what is that? Is that...
And so I had to speed this up a little bit, but if you can't tell, Keri Hilson is actually crying. They had to get her tissue and everything. She started breaking down crying.
It's you were leading me to remember like how it felt. And all I could think about was me being a little girl with a karaoke machine and watching like Star Search and Apollo and like, seeing people do their Grammy speeches and do all this stuff. And
I'm sorry, baby.
And also like someone enjoying the people that you have me talking about. You know what I mean? Being a fan of them. Thank you.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I didn't expect it.
I didn't either. I just feel like that's a moment. It's a moment. So to talk about everything else without...
It was the pinnacle.
That's what I mean. Because it wasn't really my intention to even talk about it today, but I don't know how we talk about how you come out of that and how it affects you and how, because it was a big thing for you. It wasn't a small thing. Clearly,
It never went away.
Wow.
And that's probably because I never talked about it. I never wanted to out anybody. I really so badly wanted it to disappear.
Okay.
I wanted it to go away. And I was kind of told, like, if you just don't say anything, like, it'll disappear, but it never did. I wore a scarlet letter. And in my heart, I was like, this is not the trajectory I saw my career on. Having to fight something stupid that I didn't even choose for myself for this long. So it was awful. It was awful. I had nightmares. Like, it was awful. And so that's the other part of stepping away was just, I was depressed when I should have been the happiest.
Because you had just had so much success.
Yeah. I was still in the success. Yeah.
But what is the depression?
Yeah, it really felt like it was just the beginning of her career when all this happened. Like, she hadn't released that much music. It still was the beginning of her career, and she seemed very talented as an artist and as a writer.
What it is, you feel that you let yourself down, you feel like you let somebody, like, or was it just abuse, like people attacking you so much? Like, what was
all of that?
All of that,
and probably more that you didn't mention. But just all of it. I was so disappointed in the people who I thought understood me, the people who held my career in their hands. I thought they knew who I was. I thought they saw and cared who I am and the integrity that I have, and had respect for all that I had gone through to get to the point that I was in. I thought that.
So you can see the situation really affected Keri Hilson because she still cries about it. But after doing medical grade mushrooms to treat her depression, Keri Hilson is back in the streets and is back releasing music. And her new music is not just like a random playlist of songs. She is back with a trilogy, a 3-part rollout. The first album is called Love. That was released in April. The second album is called Drama, which was just released this month. And then the third album is called Redemption, which is going to be released later. And so Love, that album features Method Man. Drama features Young Thug and Pastor Troy, a name we have not heard in a while. And like I said, the third album, Drama, is going to be released next. So I'll try to leave a link to stream her music in the description box. Leave a comment and let me know what you think about Keri Hilson taking a 15-year hiatus from the music industry after being accused of trying to start beef with Beyonce. And for the record, Beyonce never responded to the alleged beef. It was Beyonce's fans, her peers, other artists, and executives that seemed to harass Keri Hilson, not Beyonce herself, which just shows Beyonce's influence on the music industry. So y'all leave a comment, share your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching. Now, if you made it this far to the end of the video, then I think you like my content. So make sure you subscribe and check out my channel. I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. Check out my playlist and my podcast, and I assure you, you will like more of my content.